Jersey students are heading towards the nation's capital right now for that once-in-a-lifetime performance of theirs. The students from Jackson Township, New Jersey, will be playing for the president's inauguration. CBS 2's Andrea Stasu live in Jackson Township with that part of the story. Andrea, good morning.
Good morning to you, Mario. Wow, it was so exciting here. The buses left about 15 minutes ago, but before that, what a flurry of activity as the students gathered to load the buses with their uniforms, their instruments. They were expressing so much excitement and nervousness and fatigue, but most of all enthusiasm about the performance of a lifetime. 180 members of the Jackson Memorial High School Band loaded their freshly pressed uniforms and their fine-tuned instruments onto buses for the journey to Washington. A little after 4 this afternoon, the band will strut proudly past the President of the United States, playing a medley of patriotic songs. They will be one of only 20 high school bands from the entire country to play for the inauguration today. So this is a huge honor and a tribute to the band's hard work.
We found out probably like a few weeks ago, actually, and we were really excited. We all started practicing, and it was a lot of work, but we had a lot of fun.
It's a great organization, and I love the band. This is my last year. It's kind of, a bittersweet thing, but it's just great. I love the band. We've done so much together, and I don't know, this is probably the biggest thing we've done so far, so I'm really excited.
Can't you just see the twinkle in their eyes? They were all just so excited to be here. Despite having to be here in the middle of the night, they all started arriving at 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, as you heard there, they only found out a couple weeks ago that they would be playing today, so that set off lots of practices, non-stop practice since Christmas, so they didn't really have much of a Christmas vacation. They will also be subjected to intense security measures once they arrive in Washington. The band's director and assistant director have been back and forth to Washington in the past couple of days, and they had a meeting here at the school at around 3:15 to prep students about the security that they will face. And it is also very cold in Washington. The band director warned these kids that it will be cold. There is snow on the ground in Washington, but just a small price to pay for the chance to play for the President of the United States. These kids are very excited. All eyes will be on them at 4:15 as they walk past the President. We are live in Jackson Township this morning. Andrea Stasu, CBS 2 News this morning. Mario, Sean, back to you.
Andrea, our hats off to them, of course, this morning. Thank you very much for that report.
It was their moment in the spotlight.
A New Jersey high school band had the honor of playing for the President. CBS 2's Maurice Dubois is in Washington with their story. Maurice.
Yeah, Roz and Mary, what a day for them. About 180 high school students from Ocean County, right in the middle of all the pomp and circumstance for President Bush today. It was such an opportunity so rare, they didn't mind doing something teenagers never do. They got out of bed early. It was the thrill of a lifetime for the Jackson Memorial High School Marching Band, one of only 20 bands chosen from across the nation to play for the President. There were no signs of weariness this afternoon after band members were forced to board buses in Jackson Township at 3 o'clock this morning. Their fatigue no match for their enthusiasm.
It's kind of overwhelming at first, but now I'm more excited than nervous.
I'm excited to go, very tired right now, but we're really excited. It's going to be fun.
The band learned it was selected only a few weeks ago, sparking a relentless practice schedule.
Practicing every single day, outside marching, doesn't matter if it was warm or cold, snow on the ground, ice, rain.
They say all the practice was worthwhile, all to be part of history.
We were chosen out of 350 some odd bands throughout the state, and it just goes to show what they've reached, the heights that they've reached in their career as musicians.
Well, it was so important to these band members to do this that they held a raffle so that they could pay for the trip. That's going to do it now, from here, but coming up at 6, we'll have much more for you, including a look ahead to the inaugural galas that are set for tonight. Party time here in D.C., Rosemary.
Yeah, plenty of them. Thank you.
And now representing the Garden State in the reigning New Jersey EMBA State.
New Jersey will be part of President Bush's inaugural second-term parade in the form of a New Jersey band from Ocean County.
How about that? The band was chosen after providing a tape to inaugural parade organizers. Now, News 12 New Jersey's Tony Caputo caught up with them with the Jackson High School Band early today as members boarded buses for their trip to D.C.
We're going to be marching down Pennsylvania Avenue from the Capitol building to the White House. We're going to play America the Beautiful and Battle Hymn of the Republic. I was counting down from yesterday. I'm like, only 12 more hours until we get to go to Washington. Yes!
Excited, and for good reason. The Jackson Memorial High School Marching Band will make a little U.S. history, and they're not the only ones excited.
Everyone else that's not in band is happy for us and happy to know that, our band is going to represent New Jersey, so it's really fun.
It's kind of like a pajama party to the nation's capital. The buses rolled into Jackson High at about 3:30 this morning, all set for that 4 o'clock departure. But of course, when you're dealing with high schoolers, you need plenty of supplies.
That was the local Knights of Columbus in Jackson. There's 2 Knights of Columbus councils, and both of them joined together and chipped in and split the cost.
This isn't the first time these kids have had some exposure.
Playing at Jets games, playing at different functions, and this is just another way for our kids to have some exposure.
This time on a national stage. In Jackson, Tony Caputo, News 12, New Jersey.
Well, the kids know they'll have to spend plenty of time going through security checks, but they realize it's necessary.
And now,
a marching band from Jackson, Ocean County is one of a few around the country and the only one from New Jersey to perform at the inauguration later this week. New Jersey correspondent Nora Mushanek has their story.
The final practice for the 150 members of the Jaguar marching band, the pride and joy of Jackson Memorial High School. The students have been working tirelessly to prepare for Thursday, when they will be one of only 7 high school bands in the nation invited to perform at the inaugural parade.
Like playing for the president and doing all these things, it's just amazing.
It's like we're representing our entire state. It's amazing. It's a great feeling inside. Like, it makes you just feel proud.
Every day we march for 80 minutes. We had practice on Saturdays.
So you're ready?
Yeah, we're pretty ready.
The Jaguars have marched in big parades before, including New York's St. Patrick's Day parade. But the presidential inaugural parade is something very different, and the invite from Washington came with some very strict instructions.
28-inch step, exactly, and the band has to be the size of an 8-lane highway across. They keep like an even time and distance intervals. It's pretty scientific and pretty exact. And my keys froze shut. Like, I couldn't play at all.
But Mike Leonard and the rest of the students are finding out that the one thing that can't be planned is the weather, and it's not easy making music when you're freezing.
It's hard to play and keep warm at the same time because you want to have your hands out there to play.
We've been practicing outside the last 2 weeks in a bitter cold, and we're ready to strut our stuff down now Pennsylvania Avenue.
Some of the kids confess to being a little nervous, but plan to play their hearts out for the president, whatever the weather. In Jackson Township, I'm Nora Mushanek, Channel 6 Action News.